You've authored 4 books. I mean,
Yeah.
congratulations. That's a daunting task to be able to accomplish that. And each are unique.
Yeah.
Each have its own place and purpose. The first one I want to reference, How to Grow a Backbone, because it ties in beautifully to what we're talking about. 10 Strategies for Gaining Power and Influence at Work. This was published 22 years ago. Tell us about this.
Yeah, it was my first book. When I was probably 15 or 16, I said to my grandfather, whom I adored, "Grandpa, I'm going to write a book. Someday I'm going to write a book." And even then, I'm thinking, I'm going to be like Danielle Steele. I'm going to live on the beach. I'm going to write, novels.
Yes.
Well, never in my wildest dreams expected I'd write a business book. But I am a helper. I am an observer. And for years, early on in my career, I would watch people and wonder, why can someone present an idea and people get enthusiastic about it, and others can be absolutely brilliant and have nobody respect what they're saying? And so that was one aspect of the book. And the other was, I'm a voracious reader. I love books on leadership. I eat all that up. And I can remember many, many times putting a book down going, okay, what do I do now? Mm-hmm. So I wanted to marry the observations that I had and things that people do that make them effective with this notion of when somebody's done reading this, I want them to want to go do something. And so at the end of each chapter, I had actually steps to do to build your competence, to elevate your confidence, and to move closer to that risk-taking. So that was pretty cool. It's very pragmatic. I'm a pragmatist. But I wanted to help people understand we each have the capacity to be stronger.
Now, you've written 3 other books as well. What drives you to write?
Expression, right? We all have the need to express.
Yeah.
I love words. I love humor. And so when I can help people, and I'm constantly trying to help people to relax, right? To find the humor in life.
Yeah.
To find some joy in what you do or with people that you communicate with. And for some people, just not interested. Okay.
Your book, What is of Beauty and Substance, a Backbone Guide for Women. Let's touch upon that one. What inspired you to write that one?
Well, it was How to Grow a Backbone was the foundation. Yeah. And then, because if you're going to monetize this thing, right, we're going to do books for young professionals, geeks, nonprofit leaders, parents, educators, and women. So there's this whole series, right? It's kind of like Such and Such for Dummies. It was going to be Backbone Guide for And I started working on the geeks one first because I was really fascinated. It's like, how do we help geeks, right, have a backbone and be more productive? Well, I talked with probably 35 PhDs, researchers, scientists, technologists, docs. They didn't, so the title was Leveraging Your Genius, a Backbone Guide for Geeks. Oh, ever so, right, wonderful. They didn't want to leverage their genius in terms of sharing. Knowledge is power. And so I spent probably 6 months researching that, and I went, well, chuck that one. That's not going to work. And then I thought, well, you know what, I'll write the Backbone Guide for Women. And Of Beauty and Substance was the title because we are taught to be beautiful in terms of our packaging, right? Don't age, don't do this, don't do that.
Exactly, yeah.
And so life moves on, and we age, and we wrinkle, and we get all these things, and then the insecurities kick in, and we say, oh my God, my time has passed, I've got nothing to contribute. No. While you are wrinkling, you are deepening in terms of knowledge and wisdom, self-awareness, that kind of thing. So the encouragement in that book is to, step away from the mirror and step out into the world.
Life be in it. Tell us about that. What does that signify, that book?
That book is a compilation of 20 plus years of writing, pieces for the West Bend Daily News when I was many, many moons younger. I wrote for Wisconsin Woman magazine for years. I wrote for the Biz Times Milwaukee. And they were all, they're not advice, but they're perspective and reflection and noticing things, and some of it humorous, some of it just, the subtitle of that book is Words of Wit, Humor, and Encouragement. I'm an encourager.
Mom's gone missing when a parent's changing life upends yours. a little bit of a departure from these other more business-focused books. What really spoke to you to want to share and write this one?
The experience of helping first Dad and then Mom leave the planet. That's maybe overstating it a bit, but Dad had a 10 or 12-year journey with Alzheimer's. We didn't understand it. And of course, denial is the first thing. Oh, he's just getting older. He's just getting older. He's just getting older. Yeah. And he got worse and worse. And watching Mom struggle to deal with it, take him to adult daycare first, and then finally put him full-time into a facility, and how it devastated her was part of it, but her memory fell off a cliff. And after Dad passed, she was by herself in Arizona. As I mentioned, I was in Wisconsin. The brother who called me, actually how the book starts is real. It's a real story. I got the phone call from a brother at 7:30 on a Monday morning. Mom's gone missing. Find her.